Yo, sup, we're here. We got a new co-host. You want to introduce yourself to the people?
Hello, children. Have you seen my dog?
Whoa. That is not what you said you're going to say. Cut that. We do have some big news for the iPhone 14 to talk about. Plus, the Apple Watch Series 8 is said to have some major upgrades, and Apple might finally discontinue something that they should have discontinued years ago. If you guys are excited for this one, make sure you drop a like down below. Definitely helps me and the channel out. And hit subscribe so you always know when I upload, and tap that bell so you get notified when I push a new video. Okay guys, so jumping into things today, I want to get started with the Apple Watch Series 8 because as you know, the Apple Watch Series 7 last year was a bit of a weird one. You know, the whole cycle where it was supposed to look like this and it was going to have an all-new design with flat edges. And then Apple announced the Apple Watch with the most round edges ever. And I don't know if this was like to get back at the rumor community or if we were just that far off. But there have been some interesting rumors for this year. One being that there's actually going to be 3 different models Apple drops. And the lineup is looking like this. First of all, it's just a new version of the standard Apple Watch that comes in different finishes. This is going to be the normal Series 8. Then there's going to be a new version of the Apple Watch SE, the Apple Watch SE 2, which is a lower end version with some slightly outdated specs. And third, there's going to be an Explorer edition or one aimed at extreme athletes. And I actually think that this is the one that leaked last year. I think this one that's aimed for, you know, more rugged, a little bit rougher around the edges. I think this is going to be the flat edge Apple Watch, and it just leaked a year early. Hear me out. I mean, on the iPhone, Apple says they made the edges flat because it made the phone more durable. If Apple's gonna make a more durable Apple Watch, wouldn't it make sense to go with a flatter design? And I just don't believe that this leak was made up. I mean, 3 independent sources were saying it was gonna have flat edges, even though it didn't happen. I think we just jumped the gun by a year, which also aligns with the fact that Ross Young has also said that there's gonna be 3 different screen sizes this year, presumably again, one set of screen sizes for the Apple Watch SE, one set of screen sizes for the Apple Watch Series 8, and one set of screen sizes for the Apple Watch Series 8 Explorer. With the introduction of this rugged Apple Watch alone, it already sounded like this year was going to be pretty interesting and probably one of the bigger upgrades. But we just got a new report from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, who's one of the best sources in the game, that has followed up with some additional details here. First up, across the board this year, every model will be getting a faster chip. And I know you might look at me and be like,
dude, are you really, you're putting this in a video that there's going to be a faster processor and a piece of technology?
okay, I would say the same thing until you realize that multiple times in the Apple Watch's history, they haven't updated the chip. Even though they call it a new system and package design every year, half the time on the Apple Watch upgrades, they just don't make it any faster. Which on one part of me is like, it's a watch, does it need to be faster? The other part of me is like, I just spent $600 on a watch, it should be a little faster. The bigger part of the story here is that there are going to, quote, be major updates to activity tracking. What? Major updates to activity tracking? That sounds right up my alley as somebody who's become a little bit more active lately. And while there isn't any other detail here, I was kind of skeptical that this would be a big deal at all, but then Gurman just straight up says this is going to be the biggest year for the Apple Watch since the original model came out, which if you've seen how slow the pace of innovation for the Apple Watch has been, well, it piqued my attention. This is so good to hear because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the development of the Apple Watch has just been real sluggish in recent history. I mean, over the past 4 years, we've gotten a total of like 4 new features, from the always on display to a bigger screen and blood oxygen monitoring. And I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not the best watch still. I'm just gonna sit here and say like it's been a little slow, and I'm happy to see things are probably kicking into high gear this year with these 3 different models and these major activity and processing upgrades. So across the board, just amazing news for the Series 8. But there's also amazing news for the Series 3, being that Apple is finally gonna stop selling this thing. If you're like me, you've probably gone through a few therapists and lots of expensive therapy to try to forget that Apple still sells this. But no, if you go there right now to the Apple Watch site, it is still there. They're selling it for like, I think $200. It's a horrible deal. It's a horrible product. Just don't buy it. And I'm not saying that because of some personal vendetta. Like, I love the Series 3 back in 2017 when it came out, but it has been plagued by issue after issue after issue over the years, and Apple just doesn't seem to address it. Like, they're still selling this to people. Listen, guys, I am at the point where I'm ready to sacrifice a literal child just to make sure Apple stops.
Hello again, children.
No, how did you get here? Stop, dude, stop. Get away from us. There's no kids. There's no kids. Okay? I am sorry, guys. He is out of control today. I just want them to stop selling it, okay? Is that asking too much? Please, if there's one rumor that comes true this year, just have it be that Apple stops selling a product that's already out. Okay, so that's the latest on the Apple Watch. Now let's jump over to the iPhone 14, of which the saga has just been out of control this year. We started off seeing these renders before the iPhone 13 in 2021, which is still crazy, that showed this nearly flawless design that looks like the iPhone 4, it has the flush cameras, and it even had a single hole punch. Then got real quick out here, and we realized that it wasn't gonna be just one hole, it was actually gonna be two holes. And most notably, most recently, we leave off on the point that Apple is not planning to do just these two holes, but two big ol' holes. And listen, I like two holes just as much as everybody else, but this is a lot.
Could you please direct me to the hole of children?
Stop! Stop! You're done! You're done! Okay? We've got to get him out of here. How does he keep coming back? Now, if you guys watched the last video, you know initially I was not super thrilled. And I'm still not super thrilled, but it has grown on me a little bit. It's looked a little bit better. I mean, it's still this, but I mean, I'm kind of just desensitized to it now. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to want at this point. Well, according to another image shared independently by Shrimp Apple Pro, and I can't believe I'm saying that name. Okay, it's not made up. Let me just start there. It's not made up. The person's name is Shrimp Apple Pro. We don't know why they're called Shrimp Apple Pro, but that's what their name is, and they've shared some really accurate stuff in the past. My point is that independent of this other image, they shared one that looks exactly the same with the precise millimeters of how big the holes are going to be, and they are a little bit larger than we thought initially. But I've looked at it a little bit more, and I think we can do it. I think it's gonna be okay. Listen, I didn't say it was good, I said it was okay. Like, the Apple Watch Series 8 is great and amazing, and the iPhone 14 is fine right now. Listen, the reason I'm bringing this up is to show you that this is the direction that Apple's going in, and whether we love it or not, this is what the front of the iPhone 14 is going to look like. And if there's one thing that Apple likes to do that they have done since the beginning of these all-screen design phones like the iPhone 10, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this, but the iPhone 10 came out with a notch, and then every Android manufacturer came out with a notch for a while, and then they started switching to the hole punch, and Apple's ready to adopt that technology, and I'm sure they could just do a single hole punch or a couple of circular holes, but I'm sure that Apple wants to make it distinct in some way. And I can tell you this, I have seen a lot of these hole punch designs out there. I have never seen a hole punch like this. I have never seen one oblong shape and one circle to make this eye. And while I might not love it right now, I can tell you that if I saw a glyph of this, I'm gonna immediately say that's the iPhone. Even off of these rumors, it's just burned into my brain. Oh, the long hole and then the short hole, that's what the front of the iPhone looks like. And maybe Apple at the end of the day just wants to be distinct, and this is how they're doing it. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Are you excited for the Series 8? Are you gonna be picking one up, or are you gonna get the 14? What are your thoughts? And then we've got this event. I've got a video coming on the event very shortly, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, I've been Sam, I hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you cool cats in my next video. Bye-bye.